students. Today we will study Standard 7th Civics subject. Lesson number 3 Features of the Constitution. In this lesson, today we will study following topics: Federalism, Division of Powers, who deals with what subjects, Union territories, Parliamentary system of government, Independent judiciary, single citizenship, process of amending the Constitution, and Election Commission. Let's begin with the first topic, that is federalism. Federalism is one of the important features of our Indian Constitution. In countries with large territories and huge populations, government is run by a federal system. Ruling a large territory from a single capital city is not only difficult but may also lead to the neglect of some far-flung areas. People residing there cannot participate in the affairs of the government. Therefore, governments function at two levels in a federation. The government at the center carries out tasks like defense of the entire country, foreign policy, establishing peace, etc. It is also called union government or federal government. The government that oversees the administration of the region that we live in is called state government. It looks after the administration of a particular state. For example, Government of Maharashtra looks after the administration of the state of Maharashtra. In short, the system of running the administration of a country cooperatively by the governments at two levels, making laws about different subjects, is called federalism. Next topic, division of powers. The Constitution has divided the subjects for making laws between the union government and the state government. Our Constitution has given three lists of various subjects. The first list is called Union List. It contains 97 subjects on which the union government makes laws. The state list is for the state government to legislate upon. It contains 66 subjects. Apart from these two lists, there is a concurrent list which contains 47 subjects. Both the governments can make laws on subjects included in this list. If a subject comes up that is not included in any of the lists, the union government is entitled to make laws on it. These powers are termed as residuary powers. Now let's study which government deals with what subjects. First is subjects with the union government. Defense, foreign relations, war and peace, currency, international trade, all these subjects are dealt with by union government. Second is subjects with the state government. State government deals with the subjects like agriculture, law and order, local government, health, prison administration, etc. Next is subjects with both the governments. Both the governments can deal with the subjects like employment, environment, economic and social planning, personal law, education, etc. Next topic is union territories. In India, there is a union government. Students, when our textbook of Standard 7th was published, at that time, there were 29 states, governments and 7 union territories. But right now, there are 28 state governments and 8 union territories. The union government controls the union territories. Following are the union territories: New Delhi, Puducherry, Chandigarh, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Diu and Daman, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. All these union territories are controlled by the union government. Next topic is parliamentary system of the government. The Indian Constitution has provided for a parliamentary system of government. In such a system, the parliament, that is the legislature, has the highest decision-making power. Indian parliament includes the president, Lok Sabha or the home of the people, and Rajya Sabha or the Council of States. The Council of Ministers that runs the administration emerges from the Lok Sabha and is answerable to the Lok Sabha for all its decisions. In parliamentary democracy, the discussion and the debate that take place in the parliament have great significance. Next topic is independent judiciary. The Indian Constitution has created an independent judiciary. The disputes that cannot be resolved mutually are referred to the judiciary. The court hears both the contesting parties, looks into the injustice, if any, and gives its judgment. This has to be done impartially. The Constitution has made several provisions to ensure that the judiciary remains more and more independent. For example, judges are appointed by the President and not by the government. It is not easy to remove the judges from their office. Next topic, single citizenship. The Indian Constitution has granted a single citizenship to all Indians, that is, Indian citizenship. Process of amending the Constitution. There comes of a need to make changes or amendments in the provisions of the Constitution due to changing circumstances. But frequent amendments to the Constitution may lead to a situation of instability. The procedure for amendment is specified in the Constitution itself, so as to ensure that an amendment is made only after giving it a careful consideration. The procedure for amendment in the Constitution is unique. It is neither too difficult nor too easy. More scope has been provided for giving more consideration and thought to important amendments. The procedure is also flexible to ensure that general amendments can be brought about easily. Next topic is Election Commission. India has adopted a democratic form of the government. People have to elect their representatives periodically. Elections have to be conducted in a free and fair atmosphere. If the government were to conduct elections, there might be no guarantee of free, fair and just atmosphere for the elections. Hence, the Constitution has entrusted the responsibility of conducting elections to an independent machinery. This machinery is known as the Election Commission. The responsibility of conducting all elections in India rests with the Election Commission. In this way, students, we have studied some important features of Indian Constitution. Some other features of Indian Constitution we will study in next lesson. Till then, enjoy your study and take care. Thank you.